Good morning, and thank you for attending our demonstration plot here at Landis Cooperative. I'm Brett Westergaard, the field sales agronomist in Exira, Iowa. Behind us you will see our emission addition plot, which follows Dr. Belo's presentation. In this plot, we are taking a look at variety, offense versus defensive varieties, fertility, fungicide, and seed treatment. Our objective today is we want to touch on a few of these, as well as some other demonstrations we have going on within the plot.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Shawn Robinson and I'm the field sales agronomist from the Audubon location. Today we're going to talk about maximizing your planting window. When we talk about maximizing your planting window, we are discussing the window where we can get the highest amount of vegetative growth on your soybean plant. Now this window differs depending on your geography. South of Highway 3, this window begins April 25th and runs through May 3rd. North of Highway 3, we're looking at dates of May 3rd through May 10th. Every day after this window, you can lose up to 1/2 bushel of yield potential on your soybean crop. The reason we want to maximize vegetative growth in a soybean crop is because soybeans are an indeterminate plant. This means they continue to put on vegetative growth throughout their reproductive life cycle. Every 3.7 days from V1 to R3, a soybean plant will put on a node. I have put together a chart that demonstrates how much yield advantage we can get by putting on an extra node on our plants. Taking a look at this, one node averages approximately 3 pods. With 2 beans per pod and 180,000 beans in a bushel, we're looking at 4.8 bushels per acre increase for every extra node that we can get on your soybean crop. Now there are risks associated with planting too early. We can have wet soils and we can have cold weather. We want to make sure that we maximize our risk ratio at these times. We want to take a look at what genetics we're planting out there. Do we require an offensive bean or a defensive bean? And through better management strategies, can we put an offensive bean in a location that typically would only handle a defensive bean? The management strategies that we look at are making sure that we use a seed treatment that includes a fungicide and an insecticide on every acre. Also, in another one of our soybean demonstrations, we're talking about a levo. A levo is a treatment that we add to the beans, just like a fungicide insecticide seed treatment, but this is directed at preventing SDS, which is a common occurrence through much of our geography. If we're able to manage these risks, we can then plant a higher yielding bean, plant it earlier, and try to maximize our yield potential on every acre of your farm. Behind me, I've got beans that are from our planting date demonstration. The earliest planted beans were planted on May 6th, and the latest planted beans were planted on June 2nd. We average about 17 nodes on our May 6th plant. When we get to June 2nd, we are down to 11 nodes per plant. That is 6 extra nodes that we have planted. In 2014 in our trial, this meant that we averaged approximately 20 bushels per acre difference. And in 2015, this came out to 15 bushels per acre. All of this is just done by making sure that we're hitting our proper planting window. This is done at no extra investment cost to you. It is just by making sure that we take advantage of what our geography says is when we should plant beans.
What benefits do we get out of using a fungicide at R3? 1, we get an increase in plant health. 2, we reduce respiration, which improves my water flow and also keeps the plants cooler during the hot summer days. Stroberian fungicide also induces the enzyme nitrate reductase, which will allow the plant to take up nitrogen in the nitrate form. All of these factors will lead to an increase in oil deposition, which leads to heavier seed and an increase in yield. Stroberian fungicide does not have a direct effect on diseases such as white mold, pythium, and sudden death syndrome. But it will have a synergistic effect on them due to increase in plant health. As we heard in the corn fungicide trial, timing is everything. We want to hit that R3 stage, which is when we can see a pod that is at least 3/16 of an inch in the top 4 nodes. It's go time. This stage will last approximately 9 days. Remember, we don't want to go out too early in R1 and R2, or we might decrease our chance of seeing our return on investment. Also, if we lean on the side of too late, we can also run the risk of combining green beans that are testing 10% moisture. So what's this mean to you in terms of value? Our data, along with Dr. Belo's data, is showing we're getting a yield increase when we pair an insecticide with a fungicide. Our data has shown 4.5 bushels per acre. Take that times $9.30 soybeans, that's almost $42 an acre you're getting on a $22 an acre application. So as you can see, our data has shown we can double our investment with a properly timed fungicide.
Thank you for joining us today here at the Landis Cooperative Research Farm. We hope that we've shown you a few different management strategies that can help increase your yield potential year over year while giving you a high return on your investment at the same time. Rely on your Landis Cooperative Agronomy team for all of your agronomic needs.